Today in the news, we got a new refresh, a re-release, and a debate. What's up guys, I'm Snows, and this is your boot sequence. Alright, let's get started with Intel. It seems as though their latest and greatest in their high-end desktop CPUs is actually a bare minimum refresh to what we saw with the 7th generation. A lot of reviews have popped up on the matter, so I won't bore you with all of the details, but it seems like there are two main differences between the 9980XE and the 7980XE. First, the TIM compound has been replaced with solder. This seems like a last resort for Intel. It's like they think that solder will make such a huge difference that it grants a CPU a brand new life. Anyways, it does improve thermals in this case. The second main difference is in the clock speed. With a 400 MHz boost on the base clock and 200 MHz on the turbo, it looks like it's just an overclocked 7980XE. Don't get me wrong though, Intel did do some optimization on caching and on the boost management, but it just seems like it's far from enough. The more intriguing thing about this CPU is how certain workloads are locked at the same frequency as the last 7980XE. This seems to affect mostly AVX workloads. In gaming, the CPU seems to stagnate too, but if you use AVX workloads, for example in photo or video editing, 3D modeling, AI, deep learning, financial analytics, etc., the gain in performance might be very slim. In fact, AVX 512 workloads limit the CPU to 2.8 GHz on all cores. That's lower than the base clock advertised on this CPU. Now this CPU is definitely not advertised for gamers, so uncovering those major limitations really make me wonder why Intel would do such a poor job of informing reviewers of those issues. Anyways, I guess that's just Intel being Intel. Let's move on. Next up, it seems like Microsoft is back with their October 2018 update, or should I say November 2018 update. After all the data loss problems and the bugs that we saw last month, Microsoft put a stop to the update to investigate further. Well, yesterday it was re-released to the masses. Now in this version, Microsoft will scan the computer to check for possible incompatibilities. John Cable, cool name by the way, said that if we detect that your device may have an issue such as an application incompatibility, we will not install the update until that issue is resolved, even if you check for updates so you avoid encountering any related problems. I'm going to stay away from this update at least until 2019. What about you guys? Have you already updated? If you have, let me know how your experience is down below. Then we have a debate that was sparked between some streamers about aim assists. I wanted to talk to you about this because I wanted to know your opinion on it. The whole debate started with Ninja being downed in Fortnite during one of his streams. After that, it was revealed that the enemy had aim assist on. He went on to rant about it, saying, "I don't think it should be in the game. If you plug in a controller to a PC, have fun, there shouldn't be any aim assist." Other streamers like Nick Merckx responded saying anybody with the brain, they know that controller players in the grand scheme of things are at a huge disadvantage when it comes to the game of Fortnite. Now, one of them is a PC player, the other one is a PS4 player, so go figure, right? Now, I agree that aim assist provides a bit of balance between keyboard and mouse players and controller players, but there are things that make aim assist a little bit different of an experience. For example, if an enemy is hiding in a bush and you pass your crosshair in front of that bush, it will sort of stick, revealing that an enemy is there. My opinion on the matter goes as follows. In a game where there is a competitive bracket, the two should be separated. Fortnite's competitive system allows for crossplay, so you will inevitably have a mix of both. A fix for that would be to separate the players, but that would undoubtedly piss off players who like to crossplay. What's your take on the matter? And not just in Fortnite, do you think that games that allow for crossplay in a competitive mode should separate keyboard and controllers? Let me know down below. Moving on, after the NES, SNES, Sega, and PlayStation Classic, we now have a crowdfunding campaign for the PC Classic. This little box will allow you to play classic PC games like Doom and Quake. It will use an SD card in a floppy disk-like slot to load the games. Now the company will need licenses to these games, and that will be a pretty big challenge for an independent company to get, and it might drive the price of these babies up. Now the chain smoker beige color, while retro, is a little bit off-putting in my opinion, so I'm going to pass, but I still wish the best for this company. Anyways, that is pretty much it for the news, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Don't forget to drop me a like if you liked it. You can also click right here to see the latest video and right here to subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. As always, stay frosty, although it's probably very easy for you, especially if you're in Canada. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Oh, yeah, there we go.